Islanders scramble to avoid tsunamis as volcanoes erupt in the Pacific Ocean. New Zealand's military said it was monitoring the situation and remained on standby, ready to assist if asked. Satellite images showed a huge eruption, a plume of ash, steam and gas rising like a mushroom above the blue Pacific water. The Tonga Meteorological Services said a tsunami warning was in effect for all of the archipelago. And data from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center showed waves of 80 centimeters had been detected. Residents of American Samoa were alerted of the tsunami warning by local broadcasters, as well as church bells that rang territory-wide. An outdoor siren warning system was out of service. Those living along the shoreline quickly moved to higher ground. As night fell, there were no reports of any damage and the Hawaii-based Tsunami Center canceled the alert. Authorities in the nearby island nations of Fiji and Samoa also issued warnings, telling people to avoid the shoreline due to strong currents and dangerous waves. The Japan Meteorological Agency said there may be a slight swelling of the water along the Japanese coasts, but it was not expected to cause any damage. The island's business news site reported that a convoy of police and military troops evacuated Tonga's King Tupou VI from his palace near the shore. He was among the many residents who headed for higher ground. The explosion of the Hunga Tonga Hunga Hapai volcano was the latest in a series of spectacular eruptions. A Twitter user identified as Dr. Fakelo Atonga Tomoefalo posted video showing waves crashing ashore. Can literally hear the volcano eruption. Sounds pretty violent, he wrote, adding in a later post, raining ash and tiny pebbles. Darkness blanketing the sky. Most popular Connecticut braces for extreme cold, up to 7 inches of snow this weekend. Police, woman, 22, reported missing from canoe in Westport found safe. Norwalk to get between 1 to 3 inches of snow over weekend. Power restored after more than 1,300 outages in CT Friday night as temperatures plummeted. Fairfield adjusts distance learning due to COVID-related absences. Weston students call for midterms to be cancelled amid COVID cases. Bridgeport grapples with exodus of cops for other police departments. Earlier, the Matangi Tonga news site reported that scientists observed massive explosions, thunder, and lightning near the volcano after it started erupting early Friday. Satellite images showed a 5-kilometer wide plume rising into the air to about 20 kilometers, more than 2,300 kilometers away in New Zealand. Officials were warning of storm surges from the eruption. The National Emergency Management Agency said some parts of New Zealand could expect strong and unusual currents and unpredictable surges at the shore following a large volcanic eruption. The volcano is located about 64 kilometers north of the capital, Nuku'alofa. Back in late 2014 and early 2015, a series of eruptions in the area created a small new island and disrupted international air travel to the Pacific archipelago. For several days, Tonga is home to about 105,000 people. Associated Press writers Mari Yamaguchi in Tokyo and Philly Sagapaludil in Pago Pago, American Samoa, contributed to this report.